Hey everyone, Darren, Auto Fetish Detail, bestautodetailingtips.com, detailing made simple. How to cut to the chase, how to get from point A to point B quicker and with better results. So today what we're going to be talking about is a couple cleaners, two of my favorite cleaners that are what you would consider all-purpose cleaners. One of them specifically is labeled an all-purpose cleaner. The other one is labeled something differently, but yet I use it like an all-purpose cleaner. Nonetheless, they're both concentrates. Between those two products, I could literally clean everything in a car, from the engine, outside on the paint, and I don't mean washing, but I mean after it's been washed, after the superficial dirt's been washed off. I can touch it up from the road grime, the excessive road grime on the inside of the car, whether it's the upholstery, the carpeting, the floor mats, leather, vinyl, plastics, you name it. Between these two cleaners, they can replace virtually all the other specialized cleaners that may be clogging up the shelves of your garage. So what I have is a Mercedes C-Class. It is a 07 and it has approximately 140,000 miles on it. That's quite a few miles. And it's actually my wife's car. She is a working woman, and I don't mean that kind of working woman. I mean she's in sales, outside sales, so she just puts a lot of miles on this car. She drives this thing into the ground. So the point is when it comes to, like, for example, the floor mats specifically, they get very dirty. So in this particular situation, I've allowed the floor mats to accumulate about 4 months worth of dirt. I have not touched them in 4 months other than occasionally vacuuming them when we take the car through the car wash. And yes, I take most of our cars through a local car wash. I do not wash them myself. That's a whole nother discussion, a whole nother video. The point is that the only attention that these floor mats have received in the past 4 months is a simple vacuuming, no shampooing, no nothing. But with that said, we bought this car when it had about 24,000 miles on it, and the floor mats they looked brand new. And part of my point is that your floor mats can look brand new year after year after year for as many miles as you want to put on the car, for as long as you want to keep the car. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's pretty straightforward. But it does require a little effort on your part, and that is consistent maintenance with the right products and a few little tricks that I'll show you that will aid in extending those floor mats out and keeping them clean. So let's go inside, take a closer look, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of shampooing the floor mats and what I recommend and what I literally do in the professional world. So, with that said, let's unhook the camera from the tripod and zoom in where we can see. I'm going to point out a few things here. For one, we have this area right here. Not only is it dirty, which is not part of the floor mat, because I'll lift up the floor mat and I'll show you that right here we have a combination of dirt, and my wife, she's a shorty. She's vertically challenged. She's 4'11", a tiny little thing, and she wears these heels that are rather tall. And when she's driving, because she's so short, she has to wear her shoes while she's driving. And the point is that it's wearing the carpet away as well as getting it dirty. So that's something that there's a lot of areas of cars, for example, that the owner can do to prevent permanent damage. This is one of the areas. Now, because my wife just doesn't care, she kind of cares, but not enough where she's going to come up with a solution that's going to prevent this from actually getting tore up. It could be as simple as her forcing her foot to rest somewhere else. Anyhow, so there is some things that people can do to prevent permanent damage. So that's just a little sidebar. But if you look around here, we've got dirt, we've got debris, and really for a car with 140,000 miles on it, this floor mat's, in my opinion, not too bad. But with that said, we do live in California. This is a state that enjoys pretty good weather. In fact, to even say that we get weather is kind of insulting to a lot of people in the rest of the country. For example, this season alone, and when I say this season, winter, we've gotten approximately 4 inches of rain. We don't get snow, at least not here in Southern California. You would have to go up to the mountains for that. We don't get snow. You know, maybe once every 5 years we'll get a little bit of hail. But all we get is rain. But with rain is you track the dirty water into your floor mat, into your car, and it does accumulate, and you've got normal wear and tear and dirt. So how do we deal with this? Well, it's pretty straightforward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out of the car, and I'm going to pause this and set it up and go from there.